And we do interrupt this, or your programming at this point, to bring you a special report. I want to thank you for watching NBC Local 33. I'm Kellyanne Biley. We want to head over to look at some curfews. We just got this information in. East Baton Rouge has just issued a curfew. That's going to begin at 8 o'clock tonight and will end at 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. So again, that curfew has just been entered, 8 p.m. tonight, 7 a.m. tomorrow through 7 a.m. tomorrow. We have some additional curfews to tell you about as well. New Roads does have a curfew going into effect at 6 o'clock tonight until 6 a.m. tomorrow morning. And when Zachary here, that will begin at 8 o'clock tonight and end at 7 o'clock in the morning. Finally, our last curfew to tell you about real quick, Livingston Parish. You guys are due in at dusk tonight, and that is going to run through dawn tomorrow morning. All right, and that looks like what we have as far as our curfews go at this point, but we want to head over to Jesse, our chief meteorologist, Jesse Gunkel. He's going to give us a quick update of what's currently going on weather-wise and what we have in store for us. Jesse?
Yeah, again, the reason they're putting those curfews into effect is because of the possibility of obviously widespread power outages and more to really continue through the overnight hours. We're not done. We're far from done with this winter storm. Yes, the winter precipitation may be well outside of the viewing area right now. We're not going to have to worry about any more accumulations, but we got to worry about the ice that's currently on the ground, that's currently sticking. That's not going anywhere overnight, and potentially it may not even melt tomorrow. We've got a very brief window heading into those afternoon hours that it can melt a little bit, but most likely we're going to see another freeze heading into tomorrow night as temperatures will remain well below freezing. So for us, if you have loss of power, the concern is that our temperatures are dropping to a very dangerous level this evening. We're talking teens and 20s. We're talking wind chills, possibly single digits, maybe even negative numbers. Again, negative numbers. We don't get that often in Louisiana. If you have exposed skin and you have to be outdoors, make sure you cover. Glove, hats, scarves, put it all on, dress in layers, be smart. Now again, if you don't have power, well, that's going to be a big issue with the cold temperatures. So again, start pulling out the blankets, start pulling out the extra coats, find an area well away from windows and exterior walls where it's a little bit warmer, and body heat. That's one of your best things that you can do. Kind of get everybody cuddled together. If you have a fireplace, that's good. Again, make sure it works properly, obviously. Space heaters, well, if you don't have power, but again, if you have a generator, well then what you should do with the generator is make sure it's obviously outdoors so the exhaust doesn't come back inside the house and asphyxiate you. But again, just be very smart. Again, if you have a line, you can run a space heater, maybe possibly out into the garage or the carport for many areas. But again, there's just too many reports out there. There is widespread ice everywhere, accumulations up to about 1/8 of an inch, 1/4 inch in some locations, and that's really going to be concerning. Now, there is a winter storm warning in place until 6 o'clock this evening. That will be allowed to expire as we move forward. But again, all obstacles are still there. The concern is that we still have freezing rain and black ice. And what black ice is transparent ice. It means you just can't see it. It looks like the roadway. If you're driving on top of it, it may look like water, but it's not. Any type of glaze or ice out there can be extremely slick. And again, we're not just talking roadways, we're talking driveways, and we're also talking sidewalks. We're talking your backyard. If you take the dog out for a walk, be very careful so you don't slip and fall on your tailbone. Notice those current metro temperatures out there. Right now we're sitting in the low to mid 20s. And again, it's not even dark out at this point. As we move forward, your wind chills out there, and you can see that a lot of areas have already dipped into the teens out there, expected to fall maybe another 10, 20 degrees later on tonight as we head into those early morning hours. Also, the other concern, again, the roadways, they are starting to warm up a little bit. We are starting to get some people and some traction out there, again, more traffic out there. But again, best thing that you can do is stay off the roadways this evening. So the concern is we have a hard freeze for tonight because of those extremely cold temperatures this evening. Make sure you take care of the 4 Ps. We've talked about that numerous times: pets, pipes, people, and plants. Obviously, if you haven't wrapped the pipes, you still got a little bit of time out there. Anything that's exposed or elevated outside of your house. And again, we're going to watch those winds because you can see, obviously not so much today. This is going all the way through Thursday, but we have those winds possibly gusting up to about 10 to 15. And again, as I mentioned earlier, a lot of weight on those tree limbs. We've had so much rain over the last couple of days. A lot of these trees are waterlogged. We're actually seeing trees being uprooted at this point. So again, those trees can continue tonight, and as we head into tomorrow, as long as those winds continue to gust, and then obviously because you got to factor in that north wind, take a look at some of these wind chills heading into the morning hours. For a lot of areas, we're talking maybe -5, -4. Again, this is our in-house model. Others are going slightly warmer, but still at a range where it can be extremely dangerous if you're not smart. So again, once again, the key, stay inside if at all possible. If you don't have to be out there, if you have to be essential, if you have to get to one of your jobs, just be very slow on the roadways. Don't slam on the brakes. Take it very easy and crawl out there because I think that's what everybody else is going to do. Again, we're going to have more news coming up later on tonight. And for the latest information, go to BRProud.com.